Dylan Fried here. Today I want to talk about what it feels like to actually make progress towards your goal. And here's the key. You don't have to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. You have a target in mind and you're going to go after that target. Okay? And on your way to that target, you're going to actually be not going in a straight line. You're going to be fluctuating left and right. You're going to go straight for a little bit, but then you're going to kind of get off path and you got to bring yourself back. And then you're going to be going, you're going to get off path, you have to bring yourself back. You have to weave your way. You're weaving your way to your target. It's almost like a fish swims. You know how a fish kind of curves and its nose isn't always pointed directly to where it wants to go? Like if you watch a shark swim, its nose is weaving back and forth, back and forth. There's something called the archer's paradox. The archer paradox is when an archer shoots an arrow. The arrow comes off of the bow, and as it's going, it's wiggling back and forth. It's wiggling back and forth on its way to the target. So many people get so easily discouraged, for instance, if they start a diet and then they go Monday through Friday, they do very well. Saturday they go out and they eat something they don't want to eat, something they said they would not eat. And then all of a sudden, that took them off course a little bit and they say the hell with it. They just keep going off course. What rare people do, what winners do, when they make that little deviation from their target, they recognize that this is normal, that in fact this is the way, and they get back on the target. They get back. And then sometimes you overcorrect and you go back to the right a little bit and you got to come back to the center. So the way to achieve your goals is to constantly be monitoring, when you go a little bit off path and catch it soon rather than when you're way off path and it takes more energy to bring you back to the center. This is how rare people think. And there are periods of time where you are going very straight, when you're right on the path, and as you get better, it's easier to stay on a straight path for a longer period of time. But even after you've done this for many years, the chances are you're going to veer off the path. I'll give you an example. I was on the subway train one day and I heard a bunch of young kids, and I'm not young anymore, using the F word and the S word, just cursing up a storm. And I'm not judgmental. Look, I was young once too, and I did not have the cleanest language, to say the least. But I thought, I'm an adult now. I want to stop cursing. Okay, so I need to stop cursing. I want to stop cursing, and I'm going to do it. And I did. And the first probably 30 days, I was kind of amazed at how easy I was able to stop myself. And then after 30 days, occasionally the F word or an S word would creep in. And instead of going, oh my God, I failed, I'm never going to do it, I just bring myself back. So now I'm like 99% cursing free, but there are still times where it comes out. I don't beat myself up for it, and honestly, sometimes it comes out consciously. Like there are certain stories without a properly placed F word, they're just not as funny, okay? The stories just aren't as funny. My point is, my target was to quit cursing completely, and I got off track. But like that arrow, like the shark swimming, you're going back and forth. And when you get comfortable with the fact that you're not perfect, that you're going to go back and forth, you get over the fear of being a hypocrite, not only to yourself but to others, because, you tell people you're not going to curse, and then you tell people you don't curse, and then you end up cursing. Or you tell people you're going to work out every day, and then you go 2 days and you don't work out. And a lot of people just, because of this unholy desire to be perfect, they just trash themselves. They just say, screw it, that's it, I'm never going to do it. And they look at other people and go, oh, that guy does it perfectly every day. Very unlikely somebody does it perfectly every day. The people you most admire get off track, but they keep going. They never stop. They know that there's a little bit of wiggle. There's a wiggle on the way to your goals. And enjoy the wiggle. It's kind of fun. It actually gives you a little bit more freedom if you're on a diet to have a quote-unquote cheat day, or maybe just a little cheat meal or a cheat snack, whatever it is. But I will say there are certain things where you will be perfect. If you go vegan, you're probably going to stay vegan. There's certain aspects of your diet where it'll be impossible for you to cheat, where it's a straight line. There's certain aspects of your business or your daily routine, maybe it's meditating, where there's not going to be a whole lot of wiggle room. But within that, what you do, there may be variations in your concentration, how good it feels when you're doing it. You may meditate and be extremely poised throughout a meditation. Your mind is, for whatever reason that day, a little bit on the quiet. And then other days, you're going to feel as if you didn't get much out of your meditation, but still you do your meditation every day. Rare people also know they're going to wiggle in quality, not just in behavior. So You're going to be perfectly in it sometimes, and sometimes you're not. I work with a lot of athletes and entrepreneurs, and some days they just have it and they're with it. Other days their qualities wiggling back and forth, and those are the days that make you. Those are the days that make you rare, because if you can work through those days and still accomplish something, you know you have a little bit of willpower, and then you forgive yourself for not being perfect. I'm coming back to that again and again and again, the desire to be perfect. You have to watch that. Don't let it creep in on you, because it will take you down. It's taken down so many of my friends, and it didn't have to be that way because they didn't know about the archer's paradox, and they didn't know how a shark swims. That you're gonna zigzag. It's not a straight line. It's a wiggly, wobbly weaving towards your goals. The shark still gets its meal. The arrow still hits its target. Shark's gonna eat, even if it's not going in a straight line. And as soon as you understand that, it's fun. It's fun because you're starting to understand your human nature. You're starting to get in touch with how the human mind actually works, not your projections of how it should work based on some unrealistic ideal of being flawless. And you also understand the power of giving yourself wiggle room. And that's what this is, giving yourself wiggle room. This is Dylan Fried. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions about business, you need any advice, leave me a comment. Contact me at dylanfried.com. I'm dedicated to your greatness.